Hey y'all, I'm bringing this channel back to life. You can go look back at my old videos to see the content that I used to post. What I was posting was interviews all around the world. I was going to different blockchain and Bitcoin conferences. I went to India, I went to New York, I went to London, I went to Spain, I went all over the place for Bitcoin and for crypto in general because I was interviewing different projects. So the company I was with was doing the press at different events, and I was going around and interviewing CEOs, CFOs, founders, projects, managers, stuff like that to just learn about the space and make content for the event, which I had a lot of fun doing. That was a couple years ago, so I haven't done any of it recently. But I did get to meet a lot of really awesome people in the space. So, what I'm doing with this channel is I want to be talking about news, my opinions, why I believe what I believe now. I am a Bitcoin maximalist now, and I was doing those interviews starting January 2017. I did not know anything about blockchains or Bitcoin or anything like that. I was hired as a booth girl, which what that means is they hire models to promote the company, to hand out flyers, or just get people interested in the business at different conferences. And I've done a lot of that type of work. So I have represented companies from almost every single different faction of society and different companies and businesses. So this one was just, a Bitcoin conference. Hadn't heard of it. Went to Miami. I did the event. The event was super low key. So I got to see the progression of crypto and Bitcoin, which was super cool to see. It's still super cool to see. So you had a feeling like you were in on something early. So I'm there, right? The CEO of the company that I was working with was really busy networking, meetings, and doing stuff that he wasn't able to do the interviews. Like he was doing interviews of people for the event. So they asked if I would be able to interview. So I said, yes, of course. So I'm interviewing people like John McAfee, Roger Ver, and all these different high level people in the space. And there was like 20 people in the room at one time. Like it was a really low key event in Miami. Like when I was looking to interview John, actually, he was standing outside of the room where they were doing like the talks and stuff, where the stage. So he was by himself. I was able to just walk right up to him and talk to him and get an interview. And I really kind of had like no idea. Like I knew obviously the antivirus software on the computer, so recognize that. But I had no idea really what to ask these people. So I had some questions like, what do you think of the security of the blockchain? But I really didn't even know what I was saying. So that was pretty interesting. Bitcoin was only $800 a coin at the time, and everyone was wondering, like, is it going to go to 1,000? A lot of people at the conference were saying, like, it's going to go to 1,000. It was going to be just like this monumental time. And I'm just hearing about it for the first time, like, wondering if these people are crazy. So then I actually kept on doing these events. The next one was in London, and I interviewed a bunch of people, and I just kept going. And I kept learning about Bitcoin because the people I was working with, they were like, we want you to also start this YouTube channel that I'm on now and explain Bitcoin to people and explain the blockchain and different things that people might not understand in an easy to understand way. So basically, like breaking it down how, anybody could understand it, which was pretty much the point of view that I was coming from because I was learning about it at the same time. It really is true that as you're teaching, you're also learning yourself, and it helps to talk about it with other people and explain things to other people because then you really can grasp it on your own. That was my first video that I made, What is Bitcoin? And I still have that posted on my main channel. But this is the channel that I want to be focusing on Bitcoin, and I am a Bitcoin maximalist now. Stacy Herbert and Max Kaiser really explain it well, and as I started learning more about Bitcoin, I understood why it was superior. So I'm still interested in talking about the different projects in the space and stuff like that, and I think obviously it's a whole industry, so there's going to be different needs and different innovations coming out of the space, which is awesome. And I also believe that you can only discover absolute scarcity once. So these different concepts and stuff I'm going to be talking about more on here. I just want to kind of say hello to you guys. Please let me know if you want to hear certain things or you have certain questions. If you're a pleb or if you are literally a seasoned veteran, OG Bitcoiner, just let me know. What are you interested in hearing about? Obviously, we have a lot of recent new innovations like NFTs. And when I was back doing this stuff, 2017, 2018, we really weren't talking about NFTs at all. It's really kind of a newer thing, which is cool because it's brought a lot of artists in the space. It's really helped Miami propel into what it is now with the crypto space, which is really cool. So I am open and I just want to explain to you guys why I'm thinking the way that I'm thinking because it's really interesting. And when you get into Bitcoin and really understanding and going down the rabbit hole, you really kind of go on this like psychological trip. And they do really, really explain this so well on Orange Pill. Just like in the Matrix, you take the red pill or the blue pill, you're orange pilled. And it's really an interesting concept and so interesting because we're in a time where we're wondering where to go in society. Well, some people are, and we want to get out of this corrupt situation that we're in. And a lot of us believe that Bitcoin is freedom money, Bitcoin is the way out. And then there's also a lot of people on the conspiracy end of things, and they think that, Bitcoin is bad. And, there's a lot of rumors and a lot of misconceptions regarding Bitcoin. So I just want to kind of talk about all those really interesting things with you guys. So thank you for listening. Go check out some of my old videos. Leave a comment, say hello, let me know what you're interested in hearing about. I want to make this fun because it actually is such a fun space. If you go to the conferences, it's really, really cool. And there's a lot of awesome, open minded people. And if you kind of have this like freedom mindset, then you're really going to get along with Bitcoiners. And that's the thing that people don't really know about if you don't go to the conferences. It's really a lot of interesting people, a lot of smart people, and kind of like a lot of like libertarian mindset where we believe that we can self-govern. Obviously, that's the whole point of Bitcoin. So definitely go to some of these events and stuff if you get the chance. I think you'll have a lot of fun. I can definitely get into some of my stories of being in the space and just some of the really cool things that I've done, like go on a Bitcoin cruise with a bunch of Bitcoiners. That was pretty cool. So let me know what you want to hear about, and I'll see you guys again soon.